Welcome everyone to Crochet Basics with Madison Day Crochet. I am your host Dana, and today I want to teach you guys the basics of crochet. In order to learn how to crochet, there's two things you need to learn before you can start any project, and that's a slip knot and a beginning chain. And then after I show you guys those, I will be teaching you your first crochet stitch, the single crochet. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so I have my yarn over here, and I have my crochet hook with me. Those are the two main things you'll need for this tutorial. A crochet hook you can find at any craft store along with the yarn, all in the same area. And so I'm gonna go ahead and use my beautiful mustard yellow yarn for this tutorial. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling out some yarn from the middle, just so I have some working yarn out for my little project. And so what we're gonna do first is we're gonna start with a slip knot. This will give us a loop to put on our crochet hook to start our beginning chain. So the first step to make your slip knot is you're gonna take your yarn like this with your tail part on the right hand side and make a loop like so. And then you're gonna take this yarn and pull it through that loop and make another loop by tightening the left side. And now we have this loose loop with a knot. And now I'm going to take my crochet hook and I'm going to put it into that loop. And then we'll take that tail end of the yarn again and pull it tight. And now we have our starting loop on my crochet hook. Now that we have our slip knot made, we are going to do our beginning chain. Whenever you start a crochet project, this is the number one step you need to do. Your chains basically determine how big your project is. And so we're just gonna do like 12 to start our little swatch. But how to do a beginning chain is you take your working yarn in your left hand, and then your crochet hook is in your right if you're right-handed. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna yarn over. And basically what we're gonna do is the yarn's already behind my hook. And so we're gonna take it from the back and wrap it forward like this. Like we're gonna wrap it around but not go all the way around. So from back to front. And then I'm gonna go ahead and grab this tail just to hold it in place. And I'm gonna pull my hook and pull this yarn over I just did through that loop, like so. And see, I just created that first chain. So again, the yarn's in the back. We're gonna take it from the back to the front, and then we're gonna pull it through my loop, just like that. And so now you can see this V, those are chains. So we're gonna keep going until we have 12. So we'll do it again. Back to front, and then pull through, back to front, and pull through. And then you're pretty much going to keep doing this until you get the amount of chains needed for whatever project you're doing. And so I'm going to do 12. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, oops, and one last one, 12. Okay, so now we have our beginning chain. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna work a single crochet into each of these chains. And so how we do that is we turn our work this way, and you see how we have these V's, and we're gonna basically insert our hook into that top part of the V. And so we're gonna skip that first chain and count that as our chain 1. That helps determine the height of our stitches. and then we're gonna insert our hook into the second chain. So here's the first chain, and here's the second chain. So you're just gonna push it through just like that. Okay, and now we're gonna take our yarn again, and we're gonna do that yarn over. So back to front, and then we're gonna pull that yarn over through the chain we just went into and keep it on our hook. Now we have 2 loops on our hook. Again, another yarn over, and then we're gonna pull that yarn over through both of our loops that are on our hook. And we just created our first single crochet. And so now I'm gonna go into the next chain. We're gonna insert our hook here, like so, yarn over, pull it through that chain. Now we have 2 loops on our hook, yarn over, and pull it through 2. Now you're gonna keep doing this all the way to the end of your chain to complete our row, our first row of our swatch. So you just want to make sure that you're entering it between, basically in the middle of the V's of your chains. Just like that. Okay, we're almost to the end, got 2 more, so 1 and 2. Oops. Oh my goodness. Okay, now we have our first row of single crochet completed. Now we want to do our second row, and so in order to do that, we first have to chain 1, because remember that builds up our height of our stitches. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip my work, and now we're going to work into the back of the stitches of the first row. So now I'm going to show you guys the top. You see those V's again? We're now going to work underneath these V's of each stitch. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert my hook. Let me see if I can, there we go. Insert my hook into that first, underneath that first V. So I have I have the full V on my hook. And then we're going to yarn over and pull it through that first stitch. And then we're going to yarn over and complete the single crochet. So again, here's our second V right here. We're going to go underneath that V, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. One more time, right under both those loops. Pull through, pull through. Okay, and see how we're working on top of our first row. And so you just keep going underneath those V's until you get to the end of your row. You can actually enter your hook in different spots, like you could just work through the front or the back, but we're just going to work through both for now. Okay, now I'm at the end of my second row, and I'm just going to show you guys again how we turn and work on our next row. So the first step for that is we yarn over and make our chain 1, and then we turn our work again, and now we're going to go back the other way. So we find that first V, insert our hook underneath the V, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through. Okay, and that is how we do the single crochet. I would encourage you to keep going, at least like, I would do a total of 12 rows. And the way you can count your rows is if you see these V's here, see that's a single crochet there. You'd count your rows. So this is the first row, here's the second row, here's the third row. And I would pretty much keep going until you are comfortable with this stitch. And that is how you do the single crochet. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. In our next video, I will be going over how to do the half double crochet. And so I hope to see you guys there. Thanks for watching.